Hi, welcome to SPR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's Week 12 in the NFL. We're talking with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. The line for Buffalo KC was a little late in coming up. Injury concerns for Buffalo, but we have one now. It's KC -6 or 6.5. The total is 41.5 or 42. Joe Duffy, KC 4 straight covers, right? Very nice, but they're in general a team that I don't really like to take as a big favorite like this. The Bills, a talented team, but they are in kind of a tough spot. They're on a short week, and they're dinged up, especially the big question is what condition will Tyrod Taylor be in? We could easily see him going out in this game, and then E.J. Manuel coming back in. So the side I'm not sure about, but I think I'm really liking the under here. Got to assume that both teams are going to play relatively conservatively and stronger on defense. 41.5 or 42 is a low total, but not too low for me. I'll take under 42 in Buffalo KC. Would you agree with that, Joe?
I don't necessarily have a strong feeling for the total, but I do like Buffalo here. I think the Bills are one of those teams that are certainly better than they played this year. They've had their share of injuries. Taylor, McCoy, Watkins, all these guys have been in and out of the lineup. And at least as we follow this report, it looks like Taylor is good to go. So the Bills are going to put a better team out on Sunday than they've had most of the year. I know Kansas City has been playing well, shockingly without Jamal Charles. But if you kind of put it under the ultraviolet light, maybe not as well as the pure record would seem. They beat Pittsburgh without Ben Roethlisberger. The Broncos were in a classic bubble burst situation coming down after their first loss. They beat Matt Stafford and Phillip Rivers. These are two erratic, these guys can look great one week, terrible the next week. So, beating those two guys, I don't know if is extremely impressive. I think this is Kansas City's toughest challenge, contrary to maybe what the odds makers are saying. Really their toughest challenge since losing Jamal Charles, and I think Buffalo is a pretty strong play here, actually.
Yeah, in general, I would tend to agree with you. I'm just concerned that, it's a short week, and they're definitely banged up. Tyrod Taylor's not the only one who was banged up. It was, a physical game against the Pats on Monday nights. And, of course, KC can be a very, very tough place for a road team to come in and play. And, maybe if it was 7.5, I'd feel more comfortable with it, but at 6 or 6.5, just makes you feel nervous. You're not worried that Buffalo's banged up on a short week here?
Well, I have not yet made this a premium play. It's being strongly considered. I want to look at a couple more injury reports, how Taylor's doing and how he's looking in practice on Friday, etc. But look, the short week hurts, but I've done plenty of research on that. It's not quite as disadvantageous as a lot of people would think. And like I said, I still think Buffalo is a little bit, look, they lost to the Patriots. Patriots are on a mission this year.
Sure.
I passed on that game myself because maybe on the surface I like Buffalo for a lot of the reasons I just stated. But conversely, I could not go against the Patriots because it looks like, Tom Brady's pretty much said, I'm even going to prove to the world that my ball, whatever balls, whether they're flat or whether they're pumped up, I'm the best quarterback ever. And I think he's on a mission all year. So I avoided that game. I really don't think the loss was a setback, at least from a handicapping standpoint. So, there aren't any guarantees in life. But if Taylor looks like he is close to being healthy, I think they're a pretty good play.
All right, well, I think I'm liking under 42. Do you want to go official with Buffalo plus 6.5 or pass, Joe Duffy?
No, we'll go official with it.
Okay, plus 6.5 is one of the market-wide lines. Joe Duffy, we know you're having a great season at your website, OffshoreInsiders.com. Give a quick promo for that.
Yeah, I got to admit, as I follow this, very disappointed in the Philadelphia-Detroit result, but it's been a spectacular year. So many moving parts this weekend, a crazy weekend. Just visit OffshoreInsiders.com for the updated records, which is tremendous, and the updated plays. But I know I got my NFL Underdog Game of the Year this weekend. Tons of great stuff Saturday in college football at OffshoreInsiders.com.
Thanks, Joe.